Hello Z, here's Rosie! And we're back on Picardo today because we're gonna react to the Nintendo Direct that's coming up in 15 minutes. And I don't think Twitch will let me do that, at least I wouldn't be able to actually show the Direct on screen, so I'm just gonna do it here. I'm not going into this with like any sort of crazy expectations. They said the Direct is, gonna be focusing mostly on games coming out like in the next 6 months, so I'm just expecting trailers for stuff that we already know about, probably a Zelda trailer, telling you to buy Octopath 2, because that's about to come out. I don't know, maybe some Engage DLC news, because they have that whole thing going on, even though, it's not much of a secret what DLC we're gonna get in the foreseeable future. Other than that, yeah, I really just, I don't know. It's sounding like we might finally get Advance Wars Remake actually released. Crossing my fingers for that, because that'd be really cool, but I really, I wouldn't know. What is this?
Mario?
Ah, it's Pikmin. I was gonna guess Pikmin, but I don't know anything about Pikmin, so I just, make myself look like a fool. Doesn't know about Pikmin.
I don't.
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty nice. I don't understand Pikmin. Whenever I see footage of Pikmin, I'm just like, "What?"
I don't know Jack, man.
I'm not smart enough for Pikmin.
Too smart for Reddit, not smart enough for Pikmin.
I feel like that's a large group of people, probably. Nope, that's a Pikmin, alright. Is this gonna be the Pikmin Direct? I like these weird pig things.
I expect Scott the Waz is a very happy Waz right now.
Oh, it's those things from Nintendo Land. That's right, I don't know jack about Pikmin, but I will go to bat for Nintendo Land. It's a doggo!
She loves her Nintendo Land.
Yeah. It's a little Big Adventure character talking to you. Not this one. Really just going in with the extended trailer here, huh?
Pikmin 4, Blood Vengeance.
Why is it ominous now?
Bowser's
What?
Fury.
I didn't know Pikmin was scary. Alrighty.
Well,
That happened.
Hello everyone, I'm Shinya Takahashi, and I'll be your guide for today's Nintendo Direct. That was the latest trailer for Pikmin 4.
Oh, I thought that was
A
Metroid.
dog-like creature was spotted. What kinds of things will it show us? Please look forward to more information in the future. Let's see.
I feel like this thing is immediately gonna capture the imagination of the internet. They're all gonna be like, "Oh my god, it's so adorable!"
This new hero is a real gem. Introducing Volume 3 of the Xenoblade Chronicles 3
Oh.
Expansion Pass DLC.
Jeez, Nintendo, you're supposed to like lead with something I can react to well so I can get those YouTube views.
The newest hero and a refined Lapidarist.
That's certainly hair you have.
Special ore to craft accessories that can bestow various effects.
How does it stay up like that?
Roguelike elements are also being added. Select only one character and battle wave after wave.
Is there a thing in Xenoblade 3 about the hole in the ozone layer getting bigger? Because needs a lot of hairspray for that hair.
On the final stage. You might also get special in-game outfits as a reward. And coming in Volume 4 later this year.
Tell me why!
No.
Is this really what you want? Nothing's gonna get through to him. He's a heartless machine.
Okay, who are all of you? I don't know Xeno 3.
Like killing Granddad wasn't enough for you?
Volume 3 of the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Expansion Pass for the Xenoblade Chronicles
Man,
3
I'm
launches
whiffing
on
so hard, I have
Xbox
nothing to
system
say about
February
this.
15th.
I wish they brought the sexy back from
Shake
2.
it, amigo. 3, 2, 1.
Dance!
Yeah, this was a Sega game we wanted back, right?
Samba de Amigo game. Grab your Joy-Con controllers. and
So glad we got this
shake
back
them
instead of
around
Golden
to match
Axe.
the targets during a song. Follow the instructions on screen to pose and dance.
Well.
The unexpected might happen, so stay on your toes. Why not dance with a friend?
Yeah, I don't know. This fucking monkey thing has always just freaked me the hell out. I hate it.
Make sure to show up in style too. Compete online in World Party. Those with the lowest scores in
Also,
each round
like,
will be eliminated.
don't you guys already have a monkey? The one that goes in a ball. You really need another monkey, Sega.
Songs are included
I think you filled your monkey quota.
from around
No!
the world.
More monkey.
So grab those controllers and
I like these guys, though.
when somebody
I like the cut of their jib.
Central shimmies onto Nintendo Switch.
Dude, that dude on the right, that was my mood.
Got a passion for fashion?
Oh.
Welcome
I
to
can only imagine the YouTube chat right now.
and express
I'm not gonna look,
here.
because I like having, like, you know, a little amount of, like, happiness.
Well, you know,
I can imagine it.
The
I'm at
latest
least
trends.
happy that they are in pain.
Give them a like if you dig their style. Or suggest new outfits for them to grow as an influencer. Now it's time.
This feels like a
for
game that, you know,
fashion
like
design.
some tween girl is just gonna go completely
Choose from
nuts
over
for.
1,000
You know, good for
design
them.
outfits.
They deserve something.
Then add a
Was this like a
touch
thing
to
on, like, the
your
DS or
icon
something? Because it
words.
feels like a DS thing. And I think they did have, like, a fashion
You can
series
get
on the
outfits
DS,
people
didn't they?
wear
I'm
by
pretty sure they
liking them.
did.
Mix and match your
I don't know if this is related at all, or even... Is this even a Nintendo thing? I don't even know.
Connecting online,
It's
you
a
can
game.
add your
Yeah,
friends
this is
and
actually for
grow
Xbox.
your brand. Got an eye for fashion? Then get styling when Fashion Dreamer debuts exclusively on Nintendo Switch.
From
this
Marvelous, which is a company that exists, and I vaguely remember having once made a thing that I owned, because I remember the
year.
logo.
Dark Worlds.
Eh?
Dracula's Castle beckons in this new paid DLC
Whoa.
for the roguelite action platform.
What?
Dead Cells.
Oh yeah, this.
Did you know this was a thing?
Yeah.
I didn't!
This got announced at like the Game Awards.
And
Oh, that explains why I didn't know. Because I didn't watch that shit!
Dracula himself. Wield the vampire killer and other iconic
Like the Dead Cells people were like,
legions of
we want more
monsters
Castlevania, and we also don't want to have to wait for the next Bloodstained, so we'll do it.
Well, Konami's not fucking doing it, so why not?
Yep.
In Dead Cells.
It'd be cool if this was just like a backdoor pilot for them just making a Castlevania straight up.
Oh god, that'd be great.
Pre-orders begin
But you know, knock on wood. Look at that Richter, this anime-ass Richter.
Richter's cool.
The most anime he's ever been, I think.
narrative puzzle adventures.
Richter is my favorite Belmont. Put it on record.
Uncover dangerous truths and retrieve what was lost as you navigate through a perilous world.
Tron's like this cult classic, and they just keep trying to like make it a
Your
thing.
journey and the the
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in the same boat as Ghostbusters, where they keep being like, oh yeah, we can get that lightning in a bottle twice. And it's like, no, you can't.
Wait, is that? Well, that can't be good.
Hildebrand?
Bending murder mystery Ghost Trick returns in HD. After kicking the bucket and becoming a ghost, you can possess and control objects. With your powers, you can even help others, like this woman, and change any ill-fated, fate.
This not Athena Sykes.
Phantom Detective.
So is this a remake or like a remaster? Because this was like a thing before, right?
Feels like it.
Or is it like a new game? I don't know enough. I don't know enough. Sorry. Don't watch my streams. I don't know anything.
Oh, what's this? Oh my god!
Japan, where making something where you play as a cop is still a good idea. Wait, so what is the gameplay here? Alright, so we're investigating stuff. It's like an adventure, but like... We're Phoenix riding some shit. Okay, we're shooting. We're kicking ass. Doing a Zenigata.
Man, Phoenix Wright looks weird. What do they do to it?
Is it possible to be so over the top that you loop back around and become generic?
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what I'm feeling here, where it's just like, hey, you like Personas, right?
This feels like it's trying to be Persona X Astral Chain.
Well, why do you need a bow and arrow? You had a gun.
Somebody really
Wait,
liked...
so the police are bad?
Somebody really liked Astral Chain. That's the vibe I'm
There
getting.
was a witch and a demon. Experience Bayonetta's origins as a young witch named Cereza.
Nah.
Seeking the power to rescue her imprisoned mother, she ventures deep into the Avalon forest ruled by fairies.
I'm going to that forest.
Wow!
I'm going to become a
It'll be a cracking good old time!
There, she'll encounter the otherworldly demon Cheshire. You'll control both witch and demon at the same time. Harness Cereza's magic and Cheshire's ferocity to travel through this mysterious and
A really interesting choice for Bayonetta as a franchise.
I think they just wanted to bring Okami back. So they just made it Bayonetta?
Yeah, because it's like, you know, this...
Hold an enemy in place while Cheshire attacks.
Here's the thing though, I don't like Platinum games, so I don't care.
Yeah, I have not played much Platinum. I really like Astral Chain. And that's it. But this is just kind of like, you know, I don't think the people who this game would appeal to are gonna cross over to the main Bayonetta game.
In your favor. Can Cereza and Cheshire find their happily ever after?
Yeah, you need to be like a really particular, you need to have a really particular taste to like both those things, or to just be like, yeah, I'll just like eat everything they make.
Yeah.
How was that?
Lame.
Next, please take a look at this.
Man, I had low expectations and I'm still bored. Oh hey, it's Splatoon.
Squid Futaba.
I feel really hard off Splatoon.
I really liked Splatoon 2 more than you did, probably because I didn't play Splatoon 1, and like, you know, sure I could get this and probably get into it, but like, I don't think I would get super into it.
Yeah, like, I don't know, like, I didn't really feel like there was enough of a reason for me to get Splatoon 3 other than, like, that was the one people were gonna be playing now because it's the newest one.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yep, it sure is Splatoon.
Includes 2 waves of content. The first wave is Inkopolis. Make this splat-tastic place from the original Splatoon game your stomping grounds. This is Booyah Base. It's got some pretty nifty weapons and gear. You might spot a few familiar faces alongside.
Yeah, I mean, if you just let me play Splatoon 1 inside it, then that's actually kind of a selling point. I mean, you know, it's Splatoon. It's Splatoon. If you like Splatoon, here's Splatoon. But, like, I liked 1 a lot better than 2, just, like, aesthetic-wise, it was more my thing. I like the levels and such better. So, you know, I guess it's possible Splatoon 3 is more my thing than Splatoon 2, but, like...
Sisters will also perform here during Splatfests.
It's just not, like, something I'm interested in getting unless it's, like, cheap on sale, really. I feel like a real downer on this frickin' Direct. Like, give me something I can, like, go over.
Yeah.
Really just, like, slow start on here, unless you really like Pikmin. Which...
Yeah, announce Octopath 3 already.
Oh, what's this?
What's going on now?
Is this still Octopath stuff?
You mean Splatoon?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Why are we tripping the hell out?
God damn it, who let Yoko Taro write?
That is one badonkadonk on that, like, Squid Girl, though.
Yeah. Somebody get Raver.
Side order, more like back order.
Heyo!
Wave 1 Inkopolis launches this spring. Wave 2 Side Order will launch in the future.
Future!
We're just bringing all the Octo Squid things in here. Everything that yeah. His name's actually Octo in the Dutch dub.
Huh.
Many people have played Splatoon 3 since its launch.
We are not two of
Thank you
them.
all very much. We hope players will be able to enjoy the game even more with the upcoming paid expansion pass. Please look forward.
Yeah, I don't know. If it was like cheap on sale, I'd pick it up probably.
Let's see some more
For some, you know, casualness.
Yeah.
Adventure awaits Mickey and friends on Illusion
Oh.
Island. Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck.
You know what?
I love how they cut to Donald Duck and he's just immediately losing his mind.
You know, I'm not interested in this, but I did not expect, like, you know, another Illusion game.
I like that that's a bit of branding they keep bringing back.
Yeah, because, you know, for people who don't know, there were, like, some Sega Genesis games called, like, you know, Mickey Mouse and the Castle of Illusion or something.
Yeah, Castle, World. There were a bunch more of these, I think. They even did a remake of Castle Illusion at one point.
Ground pound barriers to open new spaces.
See, I read a bit about this game.
Distant platforms and hidden areas.
You know, I definitely like platformers with like good 2D animation going on. So
Locally can brave the island.
yeah, the 4-player co-op. Like I like that. That's like
Play leapfrog for larger jumps.
it felt like that was a trend for a while when New Super Mario Brothers was big.
Together to save
Because then, like, you know, Rayman was doing it and some other games, and then it feels like it went away for a bit.
exploring the island. You'll meet
So I'm glad that it's here,
dangerous foes.
because I think that's very cool. Like, you know,
Movements carefully to figure out the secrets to victory. Join Mickey and
like,
friends.
I like co-op games, man.
In Disney Illusion Island.
Yeah.
Swinging onto Nintendo Switch July 28th.
So yeah, again, not like something I'm gonna rush out to buy, but definitely interesting.
More emblems are
Oh,
on
boy.
the way.
They just show the silhouettes. They know everyone knows.
Fire Emblem Engage Expansion Pass DLC. Wave 2.
There he is.
Hector!
Strength.
There's our boy.
Unleash counterattacks.
There is only one person who can make
Soaring
Are they just showing everyone now?
I guess.
Cast magic spells over a wide area.
Oh, Jesus.
Emblem of Revelation.
Didn't have to try hard for Camilla because they could just recolor Zephyr.
Wave 3 includes Crom and Robin.
They're just like, they know everyone knows, they're just showing everyone now.
Veronica, Emblem of Heroes.
Who now looking
Nice,
way older.
yeah, nice haircut.
Additional allies to fight for your cause. Challenge newly added missions to recruit these new emblems.
Wait, did she have like an actual like a hero summoning mechanic? What was that about?
I don't know.
A new story called Belzenologue will be unlocked.
Xenologue?
Thank you for answering our prayers.
Who is it that's putting your world in danger now?
Watch out! Assassin!
Oh no, Fogato's gone rogue.
Wave 2 of the Fire Emblem.
Alright, so that's like actual like new story stuff then.
Yeah.
Launches on the Nintendo Switch system.
Do you think so? Okay, Wave 3 and 4 will be released in the future. So, do you think that's just going to be like, you know, another batch of emblems and some more story? What are you expecting for that?
I expect they'll put some more emblems in. I'm not sure if they'll add more story. Please, for the love of Christ, put Alm and Celica together again.
In this narrative adventure, harness your divine gift of clairvoyance to travel.
Yeah, if they're adding more emblems,
future.
Please. Like, please just put Alm in at that point. Like,
Alm and Celif, yes, it's two more sword people, but also, you know, they are in fact the heroes of their games that the game, that, you know, Engage just is like, yeah,
yeah, you know,
forget about that.
we're getting Crom and Robin as like a duo unit. We're getting Soren, which is just like, that immediately shows, okay, they're not just going for the poster people, but still like, you know, the second in command people. I'm expecting Sita at some point.
Yeah.
Like, if we get Soren, we can have Sita, right? I don't know what that game was. I was talking about Fire Emblem. Sorry.
Hey!
Octopath Traveler 2 is
Oh, this
just
game
around the
looks
corner.
good. Oh, that was
After today's Nintendo Direct, a demo containing the game's opening hours will be available on Nintendo eShop.
I love that that's a thing they do now.
Yeah.
Ow!
New stories await. Which path will you take first?
Look at that, that fake Stola.
And where will
Look
you
at this
take
Mercedes.
you? Venture through a brand new world in Octopath Traveler 2, launching on Nintendo Switch February 24th. Keep it rolling.
Whoa!
Run around and collect oodles of objects in this
Did we know there was the Katamari coming?
I don't think so.
roll in a classroom, a zoo, and
Every time I get excited about something I didn't know about, and now I'm just gonna be like,
playing as the young
am I the only one who didn't know that?
You know what this makes me think of, right? This makes me think of it needs a crossover with the Untitled Goose Game, where it's just the goose like rolling around like wreaking havoc.
Active Nintendo Switch Online members can play a free game trial of Katamari Damacy Reroll.
Alright, Kick-Ass, I'll have to remember to do that.
To fend off evil in this turn-based RPG. Freely traverse a breathtaking world. Meet characters from all walks of life. And devastate foes with timed attacks in battle. Complement your journey with enchanting melodies and retro-inspired tunes from the renowned Yasunori Mitsuda, a guest composer.
I was gonna say, this is Chrono Trigger as fuck, and then they have the Chrono Trigger composer.
Switch, August 29th. A free demo will launch later today on Nintendo eShop.
Not sure about the black outlines on sprites and stuff, but
Free-to-play online multiplayer showdown. Form 2 teams of 3 and challenge others to lightning-fast battles, air hockey style. Use each striker's skills to dominate each match. Change the course trajectory from afar.
Make
To
microtransactions.
gain the advantage. Or knock opponents out of the arena with explosive moves. Omega Strikers slides onto Nintendo Switch April 27th. Pre-orders for this free-to-play game begin today on Nintendo eShop.
I
Dive back into the sprawling labyrinth. A collection of
Yo, what?
Oh, shit.
Nintendo Switch remastered in HD. Many treasures lie deep within a massive labyrinth. its paths are intertwined, and vicious monsters.
Well,
lurk in the
shit!
shadows.
I'm playing this on the DS
Is
right
your
now.
only guide. By drawing the map
That
as you
Yuzo
explore,
Koshiro music.
You can progress even further.
Everything Rosie tells me about this
Venture
game makes
into
it
the
sound like
labyrinth
really
with five
cool.
adventurers. As you
Also,
do
it
this,
is an Atlas
bring a song
game,
and
so be
roll,
careful.
like the Allied Defending Protector or the ultra-fast Dark Hunter.
Dork
Be
Hunter.
warned, every adventure is fraught with danger. Should you fall in battle, you can change your
So
team.
like the logos went by a little fast. So is this like the original versions of?
I don't know. It looks kind of
Newly
remastered.
drawn character illustrations are included.
Because like 1 and 2 had remakes, and then this
And a new
version of 1, like
function for
I haven't
saving
seen the
and
remakes, but this looks quite a bit like just the
Odyssey Origins
first
Collection
game what I saw. So I don't know.
launches on Nintendo Switch
And 3 didn't have a
today.
remake, so
Each game in the collection will also be available separately on Nintendo eShop. Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo
So is
eShop.
this not getting a physical release, did they say?
I don't know if they said.
Your
Oh shit! There it is!
Yeah! Finally!
Calling all strategy fans. The Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp game is only a couple of months away. Join Andy, Max, Sammy, and more in 2 full story campaigns.
It's like I don't trust
Each
you
one
now.
filled with colorful turn-based tactical
Why do you gotta wait a couple months?
Flex your
We know it's done.
across a multitude of
Just
modes.
just drop it. Just be like it's available right after the direct.
Maybe there's like physical release, they have to produce the chips, ship
Advance
everything.
Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp comes to Nintendo Switch April 21st. Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop.
Why you gotta wait? Make me wait, bro.
Is this
A
Kirby?
new story will unfold in the Kirby's Return
Hey!
to
How the
Dreamland
fuck?
Deluxe game.
I didn't know you were a Kirby fan.
Megalon,
not.
the interdimensional traveler from the main
They
adventure.
You just saw a cute round thing. You were like, oh hey, Kirby.
And must
I mean,
escape
kinda.
the realm between
I am smart.
dimensions. All he can do now is a basic attack and jump. To regain Magolor's powers, you'll need to collect magic points by defeating enemies.
Victory
Magic
points.
I was trying not to say it.
Be restored and enhanced.
Computer, hands.
Prove Magolor's
I don't know, man. I've been playing Mega Man Zero, so the idea of like, yeah, shit you had before, you can't do that now. You gotta grind for it.
I keep hearing it as Macklemore,
Macklemore.
so I'm getting really confused.
Up to 4 players on the same system can venture through this mysterious realm together.
Work together as Macklemore.
Can Magolor restore
Make your way
his
to Planet
powers
Thrift
and
Shop.
safely return to his world? You can access this new epilogue after clearing story mode.
Kirby's in this Kirby game.
After today's Nintendo Direct, a demo will be available on Nintendo eShop. Up to 4 players can play a specially arranged demo with select stages and sub-games. Kirby's Return to Dreamland
That looked
Deluxe
odd.
launches on the Nintendo Switch system February 24th. Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop.
We hope you're looking forward to the new story in Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe.
Why didn't you lead with that segment? That was way better than the first one.
Yeah.
Please take a look at this.
Are we getting Game Boy on Switch?
Finally?
That's Mario Land 2. Yeah, we're doing it.
Being added to Nintendo Switch Online.
Better late than
On
ever.
Nintendo Switch, you can play these games anytime, anywhere.
Hey,
just like
Link's
you could
Awakening.
back in the
Yeah.
day.
Now we don't need to buy the remake.
Tetris!
Let's introduce the games that will be available at launch. Tetris,
Oh yeah, we're still gonna get like the worst drip feed, aren't we?
for a high score. Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. Reclaim the castle that Wario stole from you.
That Wario, what a douche.
Legend of Zelda, Link's
I
Awakening
was
DX.
playing that Mario game the other day.
Awaken
It's
the
like
wind
actually
to
fun.
escape
Yeah, it's great. It's one of my favorites.
God, this looks so good.
Gargoyle's Quest.
Oh,
Save the
interesting.
Ghoul Realm as Firebrand from the Ghost.
I can play as this asshole.
Game & Watch Gallery 3. Play
Sure.
an assortment of Game & Watch titles. Alone in the Dark, the new nightmare.
I didn't know this existed.
Supernatural Shadow
What the
Island.
fuck?
Metroid 2
Game Boy Color is wild.
Oh!
Man. Yeah, there you go.
Metroid's hiding on planet SR388.
This game's underrated. I'm just gonna say it. This game's actually good.
Wario Land 3.
Hey.
Traverse a world that changes between day and night based on your
Mario's
actions.
happy, I bet.
He's kind of skipping around with some of these. There you go.
Float, inhale, and spit out enemies in Kirby's debut title.
I wonder if you can switch Link's Awakening between the Game Boy Color version and this. Like the green.
You can use the Game Boy.
I mean, they're kind of just skipping around with these series where it's just like, yeah, here's Mario
Oh,
Land 2.
yeah.
Up to 2
Yeah, but
players.
like Link's Awakening DX had like actual new stuff in it, so.
Yeah.
More games will be added in the future.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And
Yeah!
So is this on the expansion pack or is this regular?
God, I hope it isn't.
Game Boy Advance games are being added to Nintendo Switch
Fuck.
Online Plus expansion pack.
Okay, so I think the Game Boy is normal and
That's how they get you.
Yeah.
I mean, if this is gonna have a really good lineup, I would be tempted to get the expansion pack. But
Yay.
here it's like, just play All Stars, man.
Yeah.
WarioWare Inc. Mega Micro
Oh
Games.
fuck!
Experience the origins
I wanna play WarioWare.
Kuru Kuru Kururin. Guide the spinning stick to the goal without hitting obstacles.
Well, this looks terrible.
Mario Kart
It's
Super
fun.
Circuit.
I mean, it's a Flash game, but I asked the least good.
Mario
Yeah,
Kart
classic shit, classic shit.
Venture through a zany world
doing this to me,
and
Nintendo.
equally zany attacks. The Legend of Zelda.
They were like,
Cap.
yeah, the Switch needs a little bit of a boost. What have we got that we've been holding back? Ah, it's time for the GBA.
Local and online play is supported for compatible games.
So I can't tell if my eyes have just like adjusted to GBA crap over time, but some of this feels a little less garish than I remember. Fire Emblem!
Holy shit!
Fire Emblem!
Holy mother of
Metroid
God!
Fusion! Fuck!
Holy fuck balls!
Game Boy titles with the
God damn it, Nintendo! Stop doing the things I want you to do!
Fuck you, Nintendo!
And making me spend money.
Fuck you!
Plus expansion.
Oh, you stole my face! You stole my face in my surprise!
Ba, 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 ba.
Select Game Boy titles will be playable
Oh, Eve's here.
on Nintendo Switch.
Hi, Eve.
And after today's Nintendo Direct, you'll be able to play the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance titles we introduced.
Fuck you. Fuck you!
To more information about Nintendo
It's okay, Fire Emblem's not there yet.
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack in the future. Let's see a few more headlines.
But like, now you know we're not getting like fucking Binding Blade finally translated officially, so.
Original Metroid Prime.
God damn it!
Yes! Finally!
Alright!
Woo!
Alright, we're doing it!
Ugh.
Remember when I thought this was a boring direct?
Yeah? Those motherfuckers. They knew what they were doing. Oh, looks good. What a babe!
Yeah, I've never actually played the first Metroid Prime, so I don't know if this is just like, you know, here it is in HD, if the look is improved at all.
I think this definitely looks improved from a GameCube.
I mean, just, you know, upscaling the resolution will already look a lot better on a GameCube game. A lot of GameCube games hold up real well, so.
Yeah.
Um,
Date?
but yeah, like,
The first Metroid Prime game, originally released on the Nintendo GameCube system,
Yeah.
has been
So, like-
remastered for Nintendo Switch.
I didn't have a lot of hopes for this
From the
Nintendo
perspective of
Direct,
Samus
and I very specifically phrased it as like, I would be really happy if Metroid Prime got showed off.
Advisors are the key to
Very
your
specifically, didn't hope it would, so it couldn't be disappointed. Just like, yeah, it'd be really cool if they showed it off. Fucking work! Yeah!
but yeah, I never played this game in the past because, like, I did not like having to play shooters with a controller.
style creatures attack.
I've changed on that, so.
Feature. Then
I've only ever played with a controller because I had to, so.
Oh man, I remember I played Prime Hunters on the GBA, and in the demo they had like the Metroids like stick into your face, and it always creeped me out.
While separately changing your point of view.
It now plays like every other
creates the feel of the original game, among other control options.
Are they gonna let you use the Joy-Con?
With your preferred play style.
Yeah.
The digital version of Metroid.
Like as a Wii mode, I mean?
Oh no, I don't know about that.
Nintendo eShop later today. The physical version of the game will be.
They're just not fucking around, are they?
Yeah, no, we're getting that.
Put your master detective skills. This is the world.
Oh no, they fused Zephyr and Hortensia.
Oh god.
The detective and Shinigami, the spirit haunting him, will solve the strange incidents within Kanai Ward, a city ruthlessly
I mean, you know, we need a breather.
You'll investigate these incidents alongside master detectives of the organization. Each one has a supernatural ability that can prove useful during investigation.
Boy, yeah, man. I'll never understand why they didn't like put Virtual Boy games on the 3DS. Like Nintendo is just like obsessed with making you forget it happened, I think.
And witness past crime scenes with post-cognition.
But I feel like, you know, like
Shared with Yuma
embracing your mistakes and like improving on them
to get closer to
is really cool. So if they're just, you know, like it's way more exciting to get a remake of a bad game
Yes.
than of a game that was already good.
I can't wait for Fire Emblem Echoes of Engage.
30 years from now.
Yeah.
Detective Archives Rain Code launches on Nintendo Switch.
And yeah, that's why I think it'd be really cool if they were just like, yeah, here's Virtual Boy games, but you know, they had a 3D system and they missed
Heart take flight once more.
their shot.
Remastered collection of both Baten Kaido's games.
That's a thing I've heard of.
Yeah.
The title I know.
After a long and peaceful era on the floating
I don't know anything about it. Are you gonna find the Master Emerald?
Looms closer as spirits dwelling within the protagonists. You'll stand up to the Empire across two different eras of war.
Was this like a GameCube era game? Because it sure looks like it.
And team up with like-minded allies. Battles are fought using cards called Magnus. Your attack power is determined by the attributes and combinations of your cards.
Is that the
which are randomly
Tails
dealt
guy
from a
doing the music there? Because that sounds very like
in these real-time battles,
Golden Sun.
Yeah. Well, what are their hips doing?
to
I don't know.
edge closer to victory.
Okay. Oh, that's just a JoJo
Missions will
character.
come to light in the skies above and the lands below. Baten Kaidos 1 and 2 HD Remaster soars onto Nintendo Switch this summer.
Yeah, if that wasn't Sakuraba music, it was definitely made by someone who likes Sakuraba music. This happy camper. Dude.
You can't be on a swing.
Is that Anna from Engage?
God damn it, Hat Girl.
Once on Thriving Island, you'll meet a mysterious girl.
Mysterious girl.
Then travel between past and present to make the island your own.
Wait, so what are we doing in this game?
You take over the island.
Because I'm just seeing Animal Crossing, and then apparently you gotta save time. You fight Dragon.
Different roles to develop the island. How will you rebuild?
Like some of these trailers really just have me going like, all right, that looks cool.
Yours to live.
How do you play? Isn't that the girl from the Pokemon?
After 1,000 years, the restoration is about to begin. Fantasy Life I, the girl who steals time.
I think you need a new title guy.
Yeah, they borrowed him from Square Enix.
Ah. What's this? Oh!
Hat woman. No.
Congratulations to Professor Layton on coming out.
Okay. So, as the title was coming into view, my brain was like, Professor Layton, Wolfenstein.
What is this? Oh, okay. More Mario Kart.
New course is zooming into wave 4 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course.
Yeah, you know, it's Mario Kart. You can't really go wrong. When I finally got Deluxe, I was a little disappointed because there was nothing to unlock. So it was just kind of like, yep.
Mario Kart Double Dash is
Put that away until we have a party.
Is Birdo still trans, or has Nintendo just kind of like
4 of the Mario Kart 8
decided
Deluxe
she
Booster
was just
Course
this
Pass DLC
woman
for the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe
thing?
game.
I don't know what species she is supposed to be.
Active Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion.
She spits
pack members
eggs.
can enjoy this DLC at no additional cost. The DLC can also be purchased on its own.
Alright, we're just getting the good old sizzle reel to remind you of games that exist. Or going to exist.
These are games.
Guys, we figured out how to use the shader! Yep, gotta get that fucking Battle Network collection. Ah, what is this filter? Ew. Turning that off immediately. Oh, it's so gross. Yeah, man, video games. Like, they know how to get you hyped for stuff. Even when it's just like, here's random clips from games that are coming out, and it's just like, yeah! Yeah, video games!
Yeah, random shit!
What is happening in that Disney game? I've heard that Symphonia remaster is probably not going to be great.
Thank you for staying with us so far.
And you know, we have it on PS3 if you ever want it, so.
Will be our last segment.
Zelda.
Please take a look.
Zelda cancelled. Or like Star on Cell, and then Kirby just walks in.
Wario just punches Link out of frame. Wah!
Sonic Frontiers DLC. Yep, there sure is landscape in this game. You've made your point on that one, Nintendo.
Rise, rise, my servants. Sweep over Hyrule. Eliminate this kingdom and her allies. Leave no survivors.
Man, you just can't trust the moon in Zelda, can you?
Nope. Moon's haunted.
So taking bets on how they're taking Zelda out of commission for this one.
Rope.
Don't get my hopes up.
But Link, I am not sure you'll be able to stop him.
I'm on vacation, Link. He's Sonic now. Did they make her a ghost? Did they put her in cyberspace?
Whoa! They were not satisfied with a motorcycle. You had to get a car.
I mean, you gotta up the ante somehow, because it certainly does look like Breath of the Wild 2.
Please, lend him your power.
I was really hoping that like the big last wham shot of the trailer would be like playable Zelda.
That was the Legend of
Yeah,
Zelda
no, I
Tears
guess
of
she's
the
just
Kingdom,
gonna be in a
the
pit
latest entry in
or
the
something,
Legend of
or a
Zelda
ghost.
series.
Yeah.
In addition to the standard version, a collector's edition of the game containing various items will release on launch day. A new amiibo figure of Link from this game will also be
Well, I
available
think we
on the
can
same day.
certainly say
We
that
hope
that
you are looking
is a
forward
Zelda
to
game.
Link's
Yep.
latest grand adventure. That's all for today's Nintendo Direct.
You're gonna need like
Thank you for watching.
a little more plot, I guess, or some like really cool new shit to do. Otherwise, it's just kind of like, well, I'm in the middle of replaying Breath of the Wild. I don't feel super like going out right away to get that.
Yeah, I'm pretty annoyed that, like the first teaser had like Link and Zelda working together, and now it's kind of looking like that's just gonna be like, this is how we get rid of Zelda.
Yeah.
Go on quest. So yeah, that's a thing.
Zelda can only be a badass in the spin-offs.
So there was a lot in that.
Yes.
And it's actually it's kind of funny that, the Zelda thing brought my mood down a bit.
Yeah. God, if they just showed, like, a quick shot of Zelda doing things that, you could do as Link, people would be like, oh!
It seems like such an obvious thing to do for a Breath of the Wild sequel, right?
Yeah, like, now they have to, like, do pair-up stuff and work together.
Yeah, and, like Zelda had, like, this whole, like, plot, this whole character arc in like, the first game, so, like, just putting her out of commission again feels kind of mean,
Yeah.
to be honest. If that is what they're doing, because it looks like that's what they're doing,
Yeah.
right? Like, if I'm wrong, if it's actually like, okay, no, Zelda is going to be doing stuff, then, cool. But, yeah, I don't know. But, like, yeah, okay, there's definitely, like cool stuff here, right? Like,
Yeah, like, you get a car, there's rail grinding stuff, you get new, like, weapons and gadgets and shit.
they saw Sonic Frontiers and they were like, oh, really? You're going to rip us off, are you?
Or
Well, how about this?
You're going to rip us off?
We'll have grind rails and we'll put Zelda in cyberspace. And we have floating islands. Checkmate, Sega. But they don't have an adorable evil daughter, so I feel like the winner's clear there.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. There's like, it's really funny how this like started as just like kind of meh, where it's like, oh yeah, I mean if you like Pikmin, I guess, but like then it just turned into,
Hey, check this shit out.
yeah,
Boom!
this is good actually. Okay, where's the thing? I want to go back. I want to look at things that are cool, like this dog. Look at this dog.
Doog. Yubi.
That's actually not a flattering shot of this dog thing, but like, look at it! Look at him! Yeah!
More information in the future. Let's see our first batch of Nintendo.
See, that's good game design, where you're like, Pikmin's kind of niche, what if we add an adorable dog thing? Boom! Platinum seller!
Yep.
And, yeah, like, okay, here's that whole first segment where we're just kind of like, yep, those sure are games.
Yeah.
And, yeah, then it just started getting, like, cooler from there. Like, Castlevania just, like, infused the rest of the stream with coolness, I think.
Yeah.
Except for that Bayonetta thing, because I don't care.
And, us just not being super into Splatoon 3.
Yeah, but it's still, they are saying, like, hey, what if we added Splatoon 1 stuff into Splatoon 3? And I'm like, well, that is the thing I've been saying over and over. Splatoon 1 was better, so,
You had my attention, but now you have my curiosity.
And, okay, let's look at this fucking Fire Emblem thing, right?
Yeah.
Because, alright, we got Camilla.
Wave 3 includes Chrom and Robin, Emblem of Bonds.
Yeah, the most interesting lords.
Magic attacks.
I mean, they don't need to be interesting, they just need to be good rings.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Veronica is, like, just straight up a different design than in the original, right? Like,
I know she's gotten some variants.
Like, I haven't played Heroes in years, but isn't she, like, the first arc villain, and then she, like... Does she die, or does she just, like, go away? I don't remember.
I think she goes away.
But, like, that's not her design from Heroes,
Yeah,
right?
no, she's like a lowly. Hang on.
I wasn't even looking at her body, because, you know, everyone looks weird and engaged, but, like, you know, her hair. She had long hair before.
Summon additional allies to fight for...
How does that work?
I don't know.
Like, Veronica's ability is just to play Fire Emblem Heroes within your Fire Emblem game?
Oh, okay, that is like legendary Veronica.
Alright, fine.
What about
Okay, it's not actually Castlevania, Eve. It's Dead Cell's Castlevania DLC.
I wish they opted to put in Bunny Veronica just to, like, fuck with people.
Man, if they were just, like, you know, like, seasonal outfits. But, you know, it doesn't matter because you can't use the outfits anywhere. And then, yeah, okay, so these are, like... They data mined some original characters, so I assume these are two of them.
Yeah.
You got this... Watch out, assassin! Just some dude with the hood. What was that thing? Weird penis dragon, look at that.
Xenologue will be unlocked.
Thank you for answering our prayers.
Who is it that's putting your world in danger now?
Watch out! Assassin!
Okay, so a player character.
Okay, that's just...
Or it's a mannequin.
But it's got, like, a weird penis head.
Yeah. I mean, they haven't been super creative with the dragon designs in this game.
Yeah.
They were like, Cobra Head! Yeah!
But you were saying? Before I kept interrupting you with penis dragon?
Me?
Yeah.
I forgot.
Oh, sorry.
Wave 2 of the Fire Emblem Engage expansion
It was
pack
probably
for
just
Fire Emblem
Mannequin.
Engage game launches on the Nintendo Switch system later today.
I might pick up the DLC, actually.
So wait, are these all in the same wave, then? Is it just all of them immediately released?
I think they said X characters are in Wave 2.
I guess we'll read, like, the news later.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I'm curious to see what the other waves will be, yeah. The Katamari thing, I'm probably gonna forget by the time the demo comes out, but... It's Katamari, man! I've always wanted to play Katamari, but you could never get these fucking games where I lived. You got this not Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
And then just like boom, Etrian Odyssey HD collection. Like, I don't know if that had been announced anywhere. It's new to me. And yeah, given that the first two games had remakes, I'm a little confused that this seems to be the original versions of those. Unless they're just like making this look a little confusing here.
Its paths are intertwined, and vicious monsters lurk.
Because, you know, I haven't seen those remakes on the 3DS, so I know the one of the first game has like an optional like story mode where you get like more character stuff, but
venture into the labyrinth with 5 adventurers. As the guild leader, you'll assign them.
you know, I've only like played the first game, so like it's hard for me to say, but like the remakes have like subtitles, so it looks like these would be the original games remastered. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'll find out later. And then of course, Advance Wars.
Finally.
The original date was like, it was really close to release, wasn't it, when they like pulled it?
I think.
So I'm a little confused that it still is going to take them until April to actually release this.
Yeah.
But, you know, release schedules and all that. Like, they had a bunch of stuff today where they were just like, this is available right now. So maybe they didn't want to do that with this. I think it would have been a really cool move after, you know, this was just infamously delayed forever.
Yeah.
That they would just be like, boom, here it is.
I wonder...
And the Metroid remaster is available now digitally and later physically, so...
I wonder how much of it comes down to them just, like, needing time to get in touch with, like, the physical stores to be like, hey, it's coming, make the shelf room.
Yeah, but I'm saying they could have done that with, just like with Metroid, just like to release it digitally now, and...
Yeah.
I don't know, I guess it doesn't matter that much, because it's not like we're starving for stuff here, but... Got the Kirby stuff. This game looks cool. There's lots of Kirby I have not played.
Today's Nintendo Direct. A demo will be available
Like,
on
I hear this one's really good, so probably pick that up someday. Do you have any interest in Kirby at all?
Not particularly. Maybe Lost World, but like other than that.
I believe this one has like the like co-op stuff in it, so that's why I've always thought that one was cool. And then of course, Game Boy and GBA are finally on Switch Online. GBA is on the expansion pack. Fuck you.
They finally got us
They might get us.
with Fire Emblem.
Like, please don't drip feed like a ton of like garbage onto this, because
just like you could back
like you're promising some good games.
Could you imagine if they
Here's the
put
games that will be
Pokemon,
available at launch.
like Game Boy Advance games on there?
Tetris. Arrange the falling Tetraminos and aim for a high score.
I mean, they've re-released those on 3DS before, so
Reclaim the castle that
I don't know if they want to do it as like an online service or make that just like a separate purchase. So it was just like, yeah, your own Pokemon thing. 'Cause so many of these games, you just kind of like pick them up and play and don't worry too much about your progress, right?
Yeah.
I believe with Pokemon, they would probably want to like be like, okay, but I don't know. I
Watch
could be
Gallery
wrong.
3. Play an assortment of Game & Watch titles.
So this is probably the only way you could ever get anyone to play a Game and Watch again. I wonder why 3, because I believe like all the games in like the Gallery series have like different ones. So maybe they're just like how they were like, okay, Mario Land 2, Wario Land 3, they're just kind of picking what they think is like the best stuff to front load here.
Yeah.
And then, they don't want to double up with too much right off the bat. Yeah, this Alone in the Dark game I didn't know existed. Where is it?
Game & Watch Gallery
I'm trying to
3
skip to
murders
it, but
supernatural
yeah, what the hell? This looks crazy.
Metroid 2
And they show like 2 seconds of it, and then they're like, Metroid.
on planet SR388.
Which, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, so GBA, I don't know why the hell this is here, but yeah, the colors don't
Super Mario
look
Advance 4.
fucky
Super
on this,
Mario
and
Brothers 3.
maybe the colors were always fine on this, but
Nintendo e-reader accessory.
this looks fine to me, which I guess is the important thing. But if it turns out that they did like adjust the colors on some of the shit and not in just like a shitty filter way, that's relevant to my interest. This looks pretty much how I remember it looking on an emulator, though. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Mario Kart Super Circuit. Race in the
And this
first
just doesn't
Mario
look good
Kart
no
game
matter what.
created for a portable system.
Fucking Super Circuit.
Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Venture through a zany world and fight with
Yeah, I don't know. It's looking pretty good. So we know Fire Emblem's coming. Okay, this game though, I have not played this in years and years and years, but I swear this was one of those that was like way too bright, and this is looking all right to me.
into a big adventure.
Yeah, I wonder what happened.
So maybe this is just me having like a shitty memory and freaking out over nothing. But if we're getting like actual good GBA colors for once,
An online play is supported
that kicks
for
ass.
games.
Yeah.
And
Especially because, they list Fire Emblem as one of the games that's coming. So, continue on in that regard. Like, get rid of the neon grass, please. In fact, just hire me. I'll give you my patch that I made,
More games will be added to this lineup.
And, that means we could probably expect Sacred Stones in the future as well. I would like to see Binding Blade, but I don't think they've ever, like, translated a game for a service like this. So I don't think that's going to happen, because I'm pretty sure, like, Japanese Switch Online has gotten previous Fire Emblems
Yeah,
on, like,
they
the
have
NES and
genealogy.
SNES. Yeah.
Bastards.
So it's a mixed blessing, where it's like, okay, fucking finally you're doing this obvious thing that you should have done years ago. But also, if they're putting Fire Emblem Blazing Blade on here, that means we're probably not going to get like a nice collection of Fire Emblem games, which I really would have liked to see. Yeah, I wonder what that Alone in the Dark game is like, because it kind of looks like the original trilogy, which were just like these weird, freaking early-ass, like 3D games.
Yeah.
And then they somehow got that on Game Boy Color. It kind of looks like. So I wonder if that's any good, because like it plays a little bit like, you know, like even clunkier Resident Evil, and we know that they tried putting that on the Game Boy Color, and it was canceled. But it still is just like, how did you do this? How did you even do this much? So I don't know. But like,
Nintendo Switch Online membership.
dude, what if they put like Mario Golf and Mario Tennis Game Boy Color on here, and then they have the N64 versions, and you could link them up like you could originally? Wouldn't that like,
That'd
or
be
like
cool.
Pokemon, old Pokemon games, and then link it to Pokemon Stadium? Do it!
Yeah.
But goddamn it, I don't want to have to pay for the expansion pack, but you fuckers,
I know.
you finally got us, I think.
Once at least one Fire Emblem is on there, I think we'll probably
Yeah.
cave.
If they keep up, if they have like a good release schedule with these, you know, it's just like, okay, yeah, this is great, why wouldn't you? But they have historically not been great about that with these services. So if it's just gonna be like, yup, I sure have this batch of games, some of which I might not even like, some of which I just already own, I don't know if that will be worth it. But if they're gonna like put out like all the GBA hits, like, I'd be in heaven kinda, especially if the colors look good.
Yeah?
Like, you know, like freaking, can we finally please get Sonic Advance back?
Oh.
Those games have never been re-released.
Since they're already working with Sega.
Yeah, if they can, I don't know if there's like a rights issue there. People have said that maybe there is because THQ published those originally or something. But please, like, that's gotta be gone. THQ doesn't even fucking exist anymore. So please, Sonic Advance, Mario vs. Donkey Kong. Like, you know, we've already got like Zelda, Metroid was on here, Fusion at least. I'm sure Zero Mission will follow because they're obviously going on the Metroid kick right now.
Yeah. Zero Mission is so good.
God, there's so many like good classic GBA. We know Golden Sun is coming, which, you know, if you I don't like Golden Sun, sorry. I get it, okay? I get it. If you love Golden Sun, then this is great. I have a really particular problem with Golden Sun. It is my problem. It's not the game's problem. I'm not sure about this F-Zero. I remember that being kind of crummy.
Maximum
But,
velocity.
you know, fine.
Hey, well, you know, if it's maximum velocity and the game sucks, you can get through it faster.
Oh, man. It'd be... I expect the sound to just be the sound, you know. It's... I don't think we can really hear much of it here.
Yeah.
Big adventure. Local.
But, like, if that was, like, spruced up a little, that could also be, like, a great selling point, because the GBA has such crappy sound output normally.
Venture through a zany world and fight with equally zany attacks.
Yeah, you can barely hear it here, but, like... I know it's, like, theoretically possible to, like, fix that issue in, like, emulation. And, you know, Nintendo would know their own hardware, so they should be able to pull it off. But then again... They also can't program it. They keep getting worse at programming an N64 emulator every time they do it. So, you know, who knows? Yeah, but like, okay, if it's like, yeah, GBA games like sound good now, like the sound, because, you know, tons of great soundtracks on there. There are games that make great use of the hardware that is there. The output just sucks, like straight up, and it's not pleasant when, you know, you have this on your HD console coming out of your TV. If that sounds a bit better, that would be, like, such a boon. Like, that would immediately make me go, like, well, fuck. Because right now, there's no other way to do that. Like, there's one emulator that's been, like, kind of working on a way to do it, but it doesn't work very well. It's, like, really glitchy and silly. I think that'd be great. And then, of course, you know, the big fucking whammo, Metroid Prime Remastered. It's real. It's out right now, apparently. At least digitally, like...
I can only imagine some Call Me Johnny, who's apparently out of state right now, being like, fuck!
Because, like, okay, this was rumored for ages, right?
Yeah.
But there's so many, like, Nintendo rumors that are, like, fake, and just, like, Nintendo fans in general can get really obnoxious with, like, put this on the Direct!
There was already a thread that
Bring
was
back
just
Clu
like,
Clu Land!
There's already a thread on Reddit that was was just like, I don't like this new direct. And I'm like, okay, fuck off.
Fun train rolls on without you, man. But yeah, just that it's like, okay, if not only is it real, but you can get it right now if you want. At least digitally. And it's getting a physical release, so, you know, great.
It's gonna have a price point of $40.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to kind of think like, okay, how much do I want to pay for like an older game? Because, you know, a lot of my favorite games are pretty old at this point, and you know, if people sell some of those games that I dearly love for like more than like $8, people will freak out like, why are you paying so much money for this old crap? It's not even 3D or whatever, you know, because people are dumb. And then I'm like, no, these games are still worth a lot. It's not because they're like for old hardware that they should become cheap. Like things become cheaper over time because, you know, hype goes away. There's no reason to market an old product, so you price it down to get more mileage out of it.
Like there's a lot about capitalism that is like stupid and bogus. Supply and demand is not one of those.
On the other hand, I like when things are cheap so it can buy more of them.
Yes.
So
everybody collectively bring down the price of Lunar 2 and the last story.
Somehow.
And
release that game.
Box sets of
Release that.
Final Fantasy on the GBA.
Yeah.
Everything I like, make it dirt cheap.
Yeah. Do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, here it's like, you know, this would have been $50 to $60 back in the day, depending on where you shot, probably.
Yeah,
and it's not like it magically became a bad game.
Yeah.
Just because it came out like like 20 years ago at this point, right?
What's surprising me is, for whatever reason, I had it in my head that the Metroid Prime remaster, it would be a set of the three.
I wouldn't be surprised if we're gonna see Echoes and Corruption later on.
Yeah, I imagine, like, you know, 6 months will pass and they'll be like, did you like that? Because we have some news for you.
Yeah.
Now,
like, you know, we've got like, you know, other things where it's like, yeah, these games remastered, boom, here you go. And then here, maybe these games are just like a little too big for them to just, you know, like, give them to you like at once like that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I don't know what goes into the remastering process here, but obviously this is also just like a meatier game than just being like, you know, here's Mario All-Stars or something, right?
Yeah. Now.
Yes.
Speaking of prices, it has apparently been confirmed that the new Zelda is $70.
Fuck off.
Now, I have heard precisely one almost decent explanation for it. And apparently, the original Breath of the Wild pushed that cartridge to its fucking limits. Like, they had barely any, like, they maxed out the space pretty much. Now, this new game, adding even more on top of that, I think, like, normal Switch cartridges are 16 gigabytes. They are saying this new one might be a 32 gigabyte cartridge.
I can't see that being worth $10 extra, to be honest.
Alright.
If you look at how cheap like storage is, you can just buy a like massive USB drive for super cheap. So
yeah,
I don't entirely buy that. I think this is more Nintendo like seeing if they can get away with it. You know, like that whole fucking artificial scarcity thing were before. They're not doing that again because everyone got really mad. And you know, in the case of the Mario thing, you could find copies of that for ages because they didn't magically vanish off of store shelves.
Yeah.
And here it's like, oh, well, you know, Sony's making their game $70 on the PS5, but here it's like,
why?
It's still on the Switch.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't look measurably better or anything than Breath of the Wild.
It doesn't look like it's doing enough crazy cool new stuff for people to be like, alright, yeah, I'll pay 10 extra for it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if they were like, playable Zelda, I'd be like, oh, fuck that price increase, here you go.
It's like a weird move, because on the one hand, it's like, okay, if you're going to do this with any game, Zelda would be your best bet. Because you gotta aim high with something like this. Be like, okay.
Who's going to pay $70 for a Mario game? Like, even if it's like as good as
yeah,
this.
You gotta get your hypest thing and try it with that, and see if people will pay for that. Because then you know, if that doesn't work, just scrap the whole idea, right?
I think it will be scrapped. I think this game will be 70, but they won't do it again because
Mhm.
I don't think this game will move things the way Breath of the Wild did. Like, putting my feet down now.
Yeah.
Like, too much time has passed from Breath of the Wild. They've kind of, like, lost the hype for it. Even, like, after they announced this, they've sort of
Yeah,
lost the hype for it.
so long, and like it really does just look like an expansion of the first game. Like even if
Yeah.
they have rail grinding in it now, it looks like it could just be like a massive DLC set. Looking at this trailer, if you didn't like know, right? So on that note, I think it's a really bad idea to make this the game where you try to push the price point because like, well, Breath of the Wild was 60,
Yeah?
so this should be 60 because it looks the fucking same. If this was going from Wind Waker to Twilight Princess and you up the price there,
Yeah.
people would probably buy that. They'd be
Yeah.
like, yeah, that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
This, not so much. And yeah, it's still weird that, this direct kept getting more and more hype as it went on.
And
And
then
then the
blew
Zelda
it.
thing kind of like, put a
Deflated.
damper on it.
Yeah, even in one of our servers, one of the less populated ones, I saw a couple people being like, "Yeah, that kind of just deflated things."
So here's the sizzle reel with the Mega Man Battle Network stuff.
Mhm.
Holy fuck, this filter is so ugly. Like,
Ooh.
this is apparently what people want this shit to look like, the casual people, but I'm like kind of like,
Blurry as shit.
yeah, it's not good. And so far, they've always let you like turn it off. I'm fine with that. I know some people don't like the raw pixel look. I grew up playing PC games, so I don't give a shit. That's what games are supposed to look like,
Yeah.
okay? It can be blurry if it's on an old TV, because old TVs are just blurry, This fucking melted ass shit has never been acceptable to me. Like, I first noticed this in, like, old emulators when I was a kid, like, on, like, SNES or GBA emulators, and they'd have these filters, and I'd just be like, why would you want to make the game look like this? Like, even as a kid, that was just kind of my like, question of, like, but why? And I remember for ages, there was a soft filter on the GBA emulator I was using, and I didn't know how to turn it off, because I couldn't speak English, and I didn't know what all these options meant. And it was so annoying. And then when I figured it out, I was like, oh, it's so crisp!
It's crisp to my eyes.
No one's gonna get that. But,
I
like,
did,
yeah, man. That was a fucking good direct.
Yeah.
Overall, like,
the
the beginning and end were not that great.
yeah,
And then everything in the middle just had me go like, oh!
yeah, like that's like, its biggest problem is you always want to start and end strong, and if you have like a good middle bit, then it's like, it's not going to be remembered for that.
It's a bit of an inverted sandwich here.
Yeah, it's like the episode of Shield Hero that got us to drop the show, where the middle was actually pretty good, and then the beginning and end were just so horrible. We were like, fuck this show, we're done.
No, the beginning of Shield Hero was what was great about it.
No, I mean the one specific episode.
Oh.
Yeah, with like, we got the self-disposing villain twice over with the same guy.
Was that the episode where, like, the bird fucker has, like, the weird cuff and all that, and it was creepy as shit?
No, it was like they go to, like, a mansion of some lord who turns out to be racist and torturing, like, beast people. And then, like, Raftalia, at the beginning of the episode, has him at her mercy, because, like, he also, like, tortured and killed, like, her, village, clan, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then now Fumi's just like, no, Raftalia, if you take revenge, you'll be just as bad.
Ugh, fuck that. Anyway, Nintendo Direct, man. Mic volume fluctuating? Yeah, I think the weird noise thing is, like, occasionally forgetting that Nautilus is a real person. We will fix this soon. We'll get a second mic, and then it won't be a problem.
I am Cybernoth!
But yeah, like, okay, Zelda was obviously always going to be the end thing. It's just that this game doesn't look that exciting.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It is, I think, going to have the same problem that the next Elder Scrolls is going to have, where it's just like, you lost the opportunity. The hype is gone. Like, you should have been faster with this.
Yeah. And it's kind of like, I don't feel like, out of everyone who bought Breath of the Wild, there's probably, a subset of people who were like, oh, I don't like this game, right?
Yeah.
And then, they would not buy another Breath of the Wild.
Mm-hmm.
There's also no influx of new people here, I think.
Yeah.
Because it looks the exact same. There's nothing here that's like, oh, if you weren't convinced yet, try this. No one's going to be like, oh my god, he's got soap shoes,
Yeah.
If they'd been like, here's playable Zelda, or at least like a Zelda really active in the role, that could have like caused that could have created some hype and had people go like, oh, maybe there's a bit more meat to the story here. And if you're someone who really like values story, you're probably not huge on Zelda.
Yeah.
In that regard, and then that might get you hyped. Just an example of like a thing they could do. There's like tons of different things here, but like, it's Breath of the Wild. It's Breath of the Wild with grind rails and flying. Pretty much, right?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Ganon is, like, somehow Ganon has returned.
As he does.
Yep. He's speed running. Like, it could be kind of cool if this was, like, a take on, what is it? The Adventure of Link. Like,
I was just thinking that. Where it's like they're trying to bring him back.
Yeah.
Because, the whole, like, concept in Zelda 2 of, like, minions of Ganon are trying to get Link to drain his blood to revive Ganon. Like, that's fucking metal. Especially for Nintendo in the 80s, man.
Yeah.
Actually, the whole backstory in Zelda 2 is really fucked up with, like, the sleeping Zelda and everything.
Yeah. But, like, like, there's got to be more. Like, maybe if there was a trailer implying that they were going to do a lot more, at least with, like, Link and Zelda's relationship, we could have that to, like, cling to. And be like, this is what the game's doing. But it's not. It's just like, did you like Breath of the Wild? We have more Breath of the Wild for you. Please rejoice.
Yeah.
Enjoy Breath of the Wild. Again.
It's kind of a shame in a way because, for a long time, Zelda was just kind of like following that Ocarina formula, and like whatever innovations they did were just like we built another thing onto that, and I think eventually like people got kind of tired of that, or they like, had too many gimmicks that didn't work, like Skyward Sword, and I feel like Breath of the Wild shaking it up so much was like overdue, and I haven't like played that deeply into Breath of the Wild because I can't do open world games because my brain does not cooperate with those. But like it's much more my jam than like the Ocarina style games, which I've never been into that much. So to have them like have Breath of the Wild and have like basically everyone say like, oh yeah, this is a breath of fresh air, and then immediately they just make the exact same game again. That's pretty disappointing.
Yeah. And, like, it's a really bad look to not have a playable Zelda, I think.
I think that should have been, like, a slam dunk decision, and it doesn't look like they went there, and, yeah, you fucked up.
Yeah, because I think that would have pushed it over the edge. That would have gotten every single naysayer to be like, oh, holy shit, yeah, Tears of the Kingdom we're in. Like, oh, it's just more Breath of the Wild, but playable Zelda. She's got a, like, big, important role in things. Yeah!
Yeah.
We're not getting that, and that's genuinely a bummer.
Yeah, and yeah, if you were just generally on board, even for just more Breath of the Wild, then, like, if you've played Breath of the Wild, then that probably feels a bit like a slap in the face, not to just, like, have Zelda, like, fall in a pit or whatever, and be in cyberspace.
Yeah. It's
Like,
just like, remember
really?
all of that good character work we did?
Remember how we made you feel really bad for, like, Zelda's plight? Well, fuck it, she doesn't get to do anything in this one either.
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna be paying very close attention to, like, spoilers when that one comes out, I think. Like, because... I think that one in particular is really going to be based on, like, do they do more?
Like, very obviously I'm not opposed to like a damsel in distress plot device.
Same.
I like saving princesses.
Yep.
Zelda tends to like,
Do it the wrong way.
yeah, there are way too many times in Zelda where it's just like, well, you are Princess Zelda, so you're not allowed to actually do anything. Like, first game, the entire objective is like saving her and getting a Triforce. So, you get to the end, you save her. Second game, it's a different Zelda, you gotta awaken her. I don't know where the first Zelda went. She's not in the game.
Yeah.
Alright, fine, whatever. Link to the Past, you save her right at the beginning, and then she just fucks about for most of the game and then gets kidnapped again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ocarina of Time. Oh shit, this Sheik person turns out to have been Zelda the whole time, so she was clearly like being a badass, but then instantly she gets kidnapped.
Yeah, as soon as she takes the clothes
Majora's
off.
Mask, not even in the game. Why is it even called The Legend of Zelda?
Yeah.
It's just like you're not allowed to be Princess Zelda and also actually do shit. Like,
Unless
at
you're
all.
in a spin-off. Because Hyrule Warriors Zelda gets out there and kicks all sorts of ass.
And it's such an obvious thing to just do. Like, even the fucking CDI games. We're just like, yeah, let's like have one where you play as Link and one where you play as Zelda. And then let's make another one where you play as Zelda.
How much of a shame is it that Princess Peach got a fucking video game for herself before Zelda ever did?
Yeah, it's
Not a good look.
what the fuck, Nintendo? Like, on that note.
Yeah.
Like, for all the cool shit that you did and all the cool shit in this direct, this is baffling to me.
Yeah,
She does take part in Spirit Tracks, kind of. Okay.
Yeah, spin-off. Not a main line. Sorry.
It's gonna shock you, but I have not played Spirit Tracks.
You can barely get her to play Link to the Past. You think we can get her to play Spirit Tracks?
Hey, I can play Link to the Past just fine, I just can't beat it.
Shit, yeah. But yeah, it's... I don't want to, point fingers. Or, invoke a bunch of, like, culture war horse shit.
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of feels a little sexist.
Yeah, like, saying like, oh, we need a playable Zelda, like, it's really easy to slip into that thing of like, we need more strong female characters, right? That's like,
Yeah.
no, I don't need you to make Zelda a girl boss. I need you to do right by her character.
And
She's
let her do something.
yeah, she's a royal, and she like, ostensibly does shit.
She holds part of the Triforce.
Like, why does she always need to be kidnapped or imprisoned or like, just inactive in some way? Like, it's called The Legend of Zelda. It feels like after like a million games, you could like actually make Zelda an active part of her legend.
Yeah. It is really...
The bad guy steal her body at the start of the game and then spends the rest of the game helping Link as a ghost. Is that Spirit Tracks? Because that sounds like horse shit to me.
Yeah.
That's not what I asked for, man.
She like that just makes her the fairy from Ocarina of Time.
That's like when you watch Those Who Hunt Elves and the fucking elf who got turned into a dog gets turned back, and then season 2 she immediately gets transformed into something else. It's like, why even, like,
It's so weird that Koei Tecmo in some regards seems to have a better understanding of, like, how to please fans of a franchise than the franchise itself. Like, all the Koei Tecmo people who are like, Edelgard route, Edelgard route, Edelgard route!
Yeah, but, okay, they also made 3 houses and demanded the Edelgard route there to begin with, and then just,
But also Hyrule Warriors, and it's just like, playable Zelda, she's an awesome badass. And it's like, yeah, everybody has to be in that game. But that's still more than Nintendo's done with her.
She's in Smash Brothers.
Yeah, everyone's in fucking Smash Brothers. Also, spin-off!
Yeah, I mean, okay, that was a joke, but it's just like, it's clearly not, hard to do this. My fucking camera keeps freezing up because it's on strike because it wants a playable Zelda. It's baffling to me that, like, you make a sequel to Breath of the Wild, and you're like, what can we add to this game that we didn't do the first time? And playable Zelda is not on the list. And if it turns out that she is playable and they just completely whiffed on marketing this thing, I'll take it all back then, because, cool, you did the thing that you were supposed to do, but, they're very much making it look like she is just gonna immediately, like, be a damsel in distress, and not even in, like, a fun way, so, fuck it.
A lazy, like, we can't write ladies.
The only way I will accept Zelda being a damsel again is if you go Philios with it, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just go full fetish fuel. And then it'll be like, well, that's a new spin. I like it.
Put her in like put her in the Arabian-esque Gerudo outfit, like Princess Leia. Her, do it.
I know like several artists who will like immediately jump on this idea.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I have some calls to make here.
I would be encouraging you to do it.
Zelda in general, like, Breath of the Wild's obviously an exception here, but I feel like a lot of those games, the writing doesn't really have enough pathos for it. Like the character, you don't really feel too much for the characters.
Yeah.
And I feel like, Breath of the Wild is obviously like a big improvement, and that's what makes it like worse somehow that, they're not doing right by Zelda now. Ocarina was like pretty good with it. Ocarina was like definitely one of the more emotional games in Zelda, I think.
Yeah, like I thought Ocarina got like the gravitas down decently enough.
Yeah, and then Majora's Mask obviously was just going for like the full horror vibe, which works for if that's what you want. I don't know though, like there's always just been something about the way that the dialogue and everything is written that just never sat right with me. So maybe they need an external writer. And earlier today we saw like excerpts from like the Twilight Princess manga.
Yeah.
And it's just immediately like,
get
holy
that guy.
Yeah, holy shit! Like this person seems to like know how to like give this like the proper like gravitas and like make these characters like have like a lot of feelings. And communicate that to the reader, and
holy shit! It made Ganon feel like such a threatening presence too.
Yeah, and it reminds me a bit of like the Genealogy manga, where that game has like a lot of crazy shit going on, and then the manga takes it over the top.
Yeah.
But just like connecting a bunch of dots and being like, oh, why are Sigurd and Deirdre this way? Like why are they immediately like jumping each other's bones? What's up with Lachesis and the Earth Sword? And it's like, just so many things that they just like grab onto, and everyone needs an Ian Flynn.
Yeah.
Because it's the same thing with Sonic, where like this guy comes in to the comics and just immediately like gets all of these things from like the lore and the history and like makes it all work and gives these characters like so much more depth, and it feels almost effortless at times when he does it. Like the guy's not perfect. There are parts of his writing where I'm like, but anyone who can just like take command of things in that way, I think is very valuable, and I think that's what Zelda kind of needs at this point. They need a fan who knows what they're doing. Like, it's so easy to be, like, hire fans, because, like, most fans don't know what the fuck they want, let alone what other people
don't
want.
Hire fans, because most fans are fucking morons. Hire us. Because we have brain cells and are actually better writers than probably most professionals.
Okay, but real talk, though. Hire a good writer who also happens to be a huge fan.
Yes.
I think that's the solution here.
I do kind of wonder if like they would let the writer do the one thing that would need to be done, and it's, I want them to kiss. Stop dicking around. Like, just go for it.
That feels like another one of those things where like, okay, obviously anime has just historically blue ball this forever, but also It feels like the whole thing of like make them kiss it like became a cliche at some point where it's like, oh yeah, and then they kiss at the end, and then now everyone is just like ignoring it, like specifically not doing it because it'll feel like dated somehow. But now because no one's doing it, it's the opposite problem where like just have like these
Do something.
have passion, have them show passion.
Do
you know?
something. God. To quote, Joel
Yeah.
Robinson.
Anyway, I think we've exhausted this topic. This was a good direct.
I should make dinner.
We're not that excited about Breath of the Wild 2.
Doesn't seem like most people are.
Yep. And I'm looking forward to getting some reactions. I'm not going on Twitter or Reddit. I'm just going to have people filter this shit to me on Discord because fuck social media. I'm tired of this garbage. See you tomorrow with more Fire Emblem Engage. Rosie rolling out!
Bye!